We're live? Awesome. What's going on YouTube? So for those of you who are watching this not live, pre-recorded, first and foremost, every single week, currently at the time of recording this, we do go live Friday, 5 p.m. Central Standard, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard to answer your questions. It's the best show on YouTube in regards to building, growing, and scaling your online Amazon business. This is 30 Minutes with a Millionaire, where there's no rules. The only dumb question is a question that doesn't get answered, and pretty much anything and everything you need help with, I do my best to help you guys work through that, whether it's problems, tactics, strategies, questions, internal beliefs, whatever it is. Our number one goal is to help you get to the next level. So if you're new to the channel or returning to the channel and you're not subscribed, do me a favor right now and hit that red subscribe button. Make sure it says subscribed, regardless if you're on a mobile device, desktop, tablet, whatever. That red button should say subscribed. Next to it is a bell. This is very important. You click that notification bell. That way you don't miss out when we do this, because on average, if you were to book me for a 30-minute consultation, it would be $7,000 to $10,000, depending on what we were discussing, what it is that you need help with, so on and so forth. I do this for free. I don't charge anything. I don't sell anything. I'm just here to help you guys. So there's a saying, if you don't pay, you don't pay attention. Prove that saying wrong by showing up every single week, by showing up with questions, by taking action on the information that you get access to, because information changes situations only through implementation. So down below, guys, go ahead and drop your question. Any question that you have. Again, the only dumb question is one that does not get asked, and we'll start working through these problems and answering your guys' questions. What's going on, everybody? What's going on, Dominique? Francisco, how's it going? I just ordered my first shipment. What can I do while I wait for the products to arrive to the warehouse? Cool. So pretty much while you're waiting on your products to arrive to the warehouse, there's a few things that you can do. So the way it works is you do your product research, you do your due diligence, you find the products, you negotiate with the suppliers, you differentiate the product, you do the product development, you get the shipping quotes, you're getting the product shipped. You've done all that already, right? But for those of you who didn't know the process, that's the beginning process. Now it's on its way to Amazon. So if you're shipping via sea, you have approximately 30 to 45 days. If you're shipping via air, you have approximately 3 to 7 days, depending on conditions and the day of the year, the day of the week, so on and so forth, right? So while you're doing that, you want to be doing a few things, right? First and foremost, you want to be doing your additional keyword research. If you haven't done it preliminarily, you want to do your keyword research, start building your list of keywords for your organic for your actual organic listing, for your writing your front end of your listing. You want to do your keywords for your back end. You want to do your keywords for your PPC. Spend some time for that those keywords, because the keywords are very important for ranking organically for keywords, and then for your back end for your PPC campaigns. Number 2 is going to be getting your PPC campaigns set up, organized, and scheduled. A lot of people think that you can't start PPC until all of your products are checked in. That's false. You can start creating the PPC campaigns, get them all set up, get all your keywords segregated, so on and so forth, and everything ready to go. You just can't start the campaign live until you have inventory to sell. However, when you start to have the inventory get checked in, what happens is it gets dispersed. So there's a period of time where what happens is the address that you get when you create the shipment, it goes directly to that address, right? That fulfillment center. Usually it's one that's in the center of the United States or closer towards the region where it's more predominant for the category of the goods that you're selling, right? For instance, if you're selling pool toys and their demographics or geographics is you're going to sell that the most in Florida, they're not going to send your stuff to Chicago. They're going to send it to Florida, right? Something that's closer to that actual region. If not, and it's something that goes across the region, it's non-seasonal, it'll usually go in the center of the country and it'll get dispersed. But when it hits that first initial checkpoint or fulfillment center, you have some inventory live and the rest is being dispersed. And you can see that underneath your inventory management. And the cool thing is at that point, you can start your PPC because it's going to take time. You're not going to turn it on and then start getting 10 sales, 20 sales, 30 sales your first day. It's going to take time for you to see, okay, what keywords you have to optimize for, how you can trim the fat off your auto campaigns and make them a little bit more lean, a little bit more lean so that they're running well, so on and so forth. So it does take time. So start doing that. Start doing your keyword research. Start creating your PPC campaigns. Have them set up. If you don't have your photos and everything and your listing completely done, your copy written, definitely do that. start developing the social media pages or the social media strategy that you're going to use, or whatever exterior-based strategy that you're going to use for two things. Number one, for exterior-based traffic, which Amazon loves exterior-based traffic that you send outside of Amazon to Amazon that leads to a conversion. They give you additional brownie points for that. For me, like my two favorite right now is going to be Instagram and TikTok influencers. A third one that's super powerful. Well, I'll give you two more. So top four: Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and then bloggers, right? They call them mommy bloggers in the industry, which are just small blog sites where they're highly targeted traffic, where people are actually going here. They have a dedicated user base going here to learn about this specific thing or niche or category. Reach out to them. It's usually cheap. It's very effective, and it's long-term SEO. So those are four of the ones when it comes to exterior-based, non-conventional marketing. Other than that, man, like you never stop the game. Like a big mistake people make is they do their product research, they find their product, they start going through the process, and then they stop their research, they stop the vertical integration, they stop the scaling, they stop the learning. Like never stop any of that, right? Even when your first product gets traction and it's crushing it, never stop doing product research, never stop learning, never stop improving, right? Constantly be trying to improve that and work through the entire process. So that's a few things that you could do. Yo, what's going on, brother? Romer in the house, man. How do you know your PPC campaign is not performing correctly? So this is a huge mistake a lot of people make. So there's a few different PPC campaigns, right? You have your broad, you have your phrase, you have your exact, you have your automatic campaign, right? So of course, like the easy answer is, well, if your ACoS or average cost of sale is in the deficit or negative, it's not working because you're not profitable, right? So how do you identify how to improve your ACoS so that you're profitable? And that's just optimizing. And what optimizing is just refining. So what I like to do is I like to pull reports. Like when I start, I do pretty much a net approach, right? And I do a highly targeted approach. So a net approach is going to be just casting this wide net, which is going to be my auto campaign and my long list of broad keywords that I pulled from keyword research across, you know, Google Keyword Planner, Helium 10, so on and so forth. Merchant words, I'm putting that in there, very low budgets, and I'm seeing, okay, what's getting impressions, what's relevant, what's getting clicks, what's getting conversions. But every single day when you're starting out, you got to be optimizing this, right? When you're running auto campaigns, it's very important to understand that the auto campaign, it's like Amazon makes a lot of money off of auto campaigns. Why? Because it's free money. They don't pay to display your product in advertised placements. So their goal is to spend your budget as fast as possible. So your goal to have an auto campaign is for them to go scrape keywords that you don't have. So what I like to do when I'm optimizing my auto campaigns is to reduce, not remove. And this is a big issue that people have is they remove keywords and then they end up going back and adding them because they forgot about them. When you reduce them to a small bid, like a nickel or 3 cents or whatever, it's not going to spin because there's not enough cost per click bid. However, you still can keep track of all of these different keywords. And then what I'll do is I'll literally just go in there and anything that's non-relevant to what my product is, right? Like let's just say I'm selling a bathrobe and bathtub pops up, right? Because the prefix to bathrobe is bath, right? And bath is also the prefix to bathtub, but I'm not selling a bathtub, so I don't want to spend money on that. I will go and I'll make a negative keyword and I'll remove that. And that's kind of what trimming the fat is or optimizing is. You have to do that in the first like 30 to 120 days because when you're running this net strategy and this auto, as you scale the auto, starting to scrape more keywords, and you have this long list of maybe 100, 200 keywords in your broad, you're going to have to go through and see, okay, what's getting high impressions, no clicks? What's getting high impressions, no clicks, no sales, so on and so forth, and pretty much optimize those to get more sales. Then when you're getting high impressions, high clicks, low conversion rate, I would segment those, and I would also segment impressions to clicks, clicks to conversions, and segment those. The reason why we separate and segment those is because then we can control a budget. So when you have a bunch of keywords in one list and you're running a budget per that campaign, you're basically telling Amazon, I want to run for all of these keywords at these bids, and I want you to take this budget and separate it individually amongst all these keywords. So that's what happens. But if you know that silk bathrobe or woman's bathrobe set or white fashion bathrobe is like your money keywords and you're crushing it, why would you want to share, like you want to be greedy with those money keywords? You don't want to share ad spend and budget with other keywords that you're testing. So that's why we separate and segment them, segregate them. That way we can exhaust the spend on those. And that's just a few ways to identify why PPC campaigns aren't working, how to optimize them, and then a quick strategy just to get the best results out of them. Yo, what's going on, man? Love your vids and enthusiasm. I purchased your course over a year ago, and I was curious to know how long I have it available for. So, Dest, the AMZ Formula is in the AMZ Formula Max. Pardon me. You have lifetime access. So as long as I'm doing this, as long as I'm every single year updating it and creating content and in the industry, you have access to it. The only thing that has time frames is going to be Inner Circle, which is mentorship with me, right? And that's 6 months and 12 months, depending on what package you choose, right? But other than that, you get access to it for the lifetime of the program and me doing this. If you can't log in or you need help with your login credentials, just email support@theamzformula.com. Hey, Mr. Joshua, I would like to ask how and where to start with the FBA business. How does the process start? So the best thing to do is to get educated on what the business is, right? So in a nutshell, and this is like a 30,000 foot looking down answer to this. The best thing to do for you where you are right now is to just look around the channel. Like there's 300 plus videos where I explain this, and then to schedule a call with my team to answer all of your questions, right? But an overview of it is we're finding everyday products, right? Everyday products like this that are going to sell on Amazon that people need, right? And then what we're doing is we're finding a manufacturer or supplier to make the product or sell us the product below MSRP. MSRP is manufacturer suggested retail pricing. We're like improving it, differentiating it, bundling it, adding some type of value, and then we're going to sell it at MSRP or above and make the difference, right? The magic with FBA or fulfillment by Amazon is Amazon's going to store the product, like literally the supplier or distributor ships it directly to Amazon. We don't touch anything. They're going to store the product, pick the product, package the product, use their own materials, their own labor, their own shipping costs, ship it directly to the consumer, and even handle the returns or retraction of any damaged or unwanted goods, right? And we're able to scale and run this business during our spare time from virtually anywhere in the world with just one of these, right? Just a computer or a tablet, something like that, right? So that's like long story short, right? I could go into a 2-3 hour thing on this, but check out some more videos on the channel, man. If you're serious about starting an online business, you have questions, what I would do is I would check out some videos. I would get a piece of paper, a notepad, write down some specific questions you have, and schedule a free call with my team. It's www.1productawaycall.com, and they'll be more than happy to Zoom share with you how the process works or answer any questions verbally that you have that I didn't cover. What's an average pricing for PPC per month? So it depends based off of the product demand, the category, like the cost per click, the bid. And you can see all of this stuff like in tools like Helium 10 or Jungle Scout. Amazon also gives you a decent amount of information in regards to what the average bids are and what you need to pay CPC to outbid your competition, to rank, or to win in the display for your marketing. So that kind of depends. I can't really give you a cookie cutter. When we're launching a new product, private label product at least, we recommend like $300 to $500 for testing just for advertising. Some can be PPC, some can be for influencers. Depending on the competition of the product and the demand or daily sales of the product, you can usually rank pretty well with around 500 or less. If it's a little bit more competitive, of course, you're going to need more because the cost per click, cost per bid is going to be more, and then you're going to need more sales in order to rank. Therefore, that's more money, right? So you kind of just got to play it by ear. Just like Amazon screws you by spending PPC on non-relevant keywords. Oh, yeah, for sure, man. I feel like Amazon screws sellers with their repricing software by repricing too aggressively and not pricing up. Yeah, it's definitely like some stuff like that, dude. That's where they make their money, is in like, you know, like the ads and ad budgets and the repricing and stuff, right? Because the more you sell a product for, the bigger their commission is. And the more you spend on PPC, regardless of how much you make or how much you don't make, the more they make, right? That's how Facebook is and Instagram is free, yet they're $1 billion company, right? So it's like, you got to think about that as well. And it's like the biggest thing that I see is just a lot of people getting negligent with it. Like I know a big mistake that I was making when I was learning this back in like 2015 is like you see something that's kind of working and then like you just set it and forget it. Like now you really got to be, and I call it like breaking the business. I'm trying to break the business. I'm trying to break the records. I'm trying to break all of that every single day. And you really got to be on top of it. And like, if you're not working with someone who's doing it for you or helping you do it, then like go get a VA or somebody who has like data entry skills or is a data specialist or understands like analytics and KPIs. And at least if you're doing this yourself, like hire them and pay them part-time as a contractor to help you, because like, and I'm not going to like sell you guys like a dream ever. Like you have to be organized. You have to know what you're doing. You have to have competence. Otherwise you're just going to bleed money on PPC. Like, I wish it used to be easy. Like when I started, it was Vendor Central. Before Seller Central, I started in Vendor Central. I made my first $1 million on Amazon when it was Vendor Central and Vendor Express. And then they did away with that and it's invitation only where you sell directly to Amazon. And now they did Seller Central, right? And it was like, you could just like literally click keywords and spend money and they would just slap. And it's like, those days are over with. Like they're trying to build their own, they have their own independent ad system or media system, almost like Facebook's ads manager. So it's definitely getting a little bit more complex. That's why it's essential that, you know what you're doing, or you work with someone that knows what they're doing. And that's why this last year, second quarter of last year, we introduced our third coach to AMZ Formula Max and IC, where we literally have a PPC coach every single week, go on there, share his screen, optimize campaigns, show keyword research, and just show you how to optimize campaigns and really just, be as profitable as you can be with these campaigns. Oh, what tips do you have for repricing? So to be honest, man, I think you do some wholesale and arbitrage stuff. I really don't deal with repricing. I'm kind of a set it and forget it guy on my private label stuff and on private label products. But typically like my pricing structure and what we do for pricing is I look at the highest, I look at the cheapest. I like to be in the middle, which is the sweet spot. And I've learned this, at least for private label, like it is significantly easier to go down in price with no resistance versus it going up in price. Like if you feel that you can get $24.97, don't start at $14.97 and try to work up to it, because it's going to be like super difficult to get there. And you're going to meet maximum resistance going up versus just starting there and having to lower it a little bit until you find that sweet spot. And then just another thing I learned over the years is when you're optimizing prices, do not do big jumps like by $1, $2, $3. Like that's why you really want to do your due diligence, do your data research, and start close to where you want to be and adjust it by quarters or by 50 cents. Because so many consumers now use free Chrome extensions and free apps where it shows them like price history, it shows them prices of products, it shows them good deals and stuff like that. And it's like, it's a red flag when they're like, dude, you launched this at 14 and then you're at 25 and then you're down to 21. Like, what's going on, right? So just a few things that we learned over the years. Thank you. We'll definitely do. I'm already scheduled to have a call with your team this weekend. Awesome, Jay Ray. Look forward to hearing about your success in the future and hearing about how everything went. And just let us know if there's any way we can serve or help you. In the meanwhile, I would definitely check out the videos. There's tons of stuff on here. And be specific with your intention on the call. Like any questions that you have, try to premeditate it and have them written down. That way you can just get the most out of the call, and our team can just help you as much as possible. Hi, Joshua. How much does a simple post cost for a regular influencer? How much we should budget for that, and where can I find those influencers? Thanks. Yeah. So, man, this could be like an hour long answer. I'm trying to make sure you get value and make it not crazy. So a few things that go into a factor of how much the influencer charges is based on a few things, right? Number one, how large is the influencer? Number two, what is the niche? Number three, what type of promotion do you want? Number four, what does the influencer have to do? And these are all things that I learned spending several $1 million in influencer marketing over the years. Like if you want an influencer to wear something and take a picture with it, it's going to cost you more than an influencer just taking a picture you give them and posting it on a story, right? So think about these things. But typically, I like micro influencers. So like an influencer would be considered somebody who's verified, somebody who has several 100,000 followers or 1 million followers. You have like whale influencers like the Kardashians, and then you have like influencers who are like maybe like me. I'm verified. I have several 100,000 followers, well established. And then you have micro influencers. Believe it or not, the most profitable influencers we've ran traffic with are micro influencers. So what is a micro influencer? A micro influencer is under 100,000, above 10,000. That's been the sweet spot, and with good engagement. So Instagram's always messing with their algorithm, and their engagement has been crap over the last 12 months. However, typically I try to see at least a 1% engagement. So if they have 10,000 times 10,000 by 0.01 to come up with what that equation is for how many like to comment ratio they should have. There's also a tool called Social Blade. You can go on Social Blade and you can find different influencers in different groups, and it'll also show all of their metrics, like how many followers they're getting daily, what is their engagement ratio, what is the best time to post, what is their demographics, geographics, all of that stuff. And then the approach to reaching out to the influencers is trying not to be spammy or needy and leading with value, right? Because you got to understand, like, you're seeking something and you're in need. And even though you may think that they need money, why should they choose to work with you? Because these people are getting hit up by people all the time. So I usually like to lead with something. And again, inside the AMZ Formula, guys, not only do you get my influencer outreach template, which is copy and paste, there's multiple videos of me showing my Instagram app where I go through and do this on YouTube, do this on TikTok. So you guys get all of that copy and paste play, literally a part of my program. But you would find the people. So the best way to find the people are to go through hashtags, which are keywords. And so if you're selling let's just go back to the bathrobe because I use that. If you're selling the bathrobe and you're looking for an influencer in like the wellness niche to promote your bathrobe, I would literally go to the search and do hashtag wellness or hashtag like luxury wellness or spa time or like luxury robe or I love my robe, stuff like that. And I would see which ones have good engagement and then see, okay, does it meet that criteria? Do they have, 10,000 to 100,000 followers with at least 1% engagement? Are they in my geographic? So maybe you're selling in the US, you want predominantly US. Like these are things you want to look for. And then you simply reach out to them. Now, not all, but most will have a contact information like an email, sometimes maybe an email and a phone number. And then they'll have, of course, their direct messages, which is the DM, right? So what I do is I write one script and then I copy paste it into the DM and then I copy paste it into the email. And then I put them on an Excel sheet and I do a 5-day follow-up. So chances are day 1, you don't hear anything. Day 2, you don't hear anything. Every single day, you want to be pushing that back up to the inbox in their email and in their Instagram. So it increases the likelihood that they actually see the message. In reference to pricing, I mean, we've had influencers, micro influencers for as small investment as $20 a post all the way up to $2,000 a post. So it's like, I can't really give you like the sweet spot's $42. Like it just depends. And you just got to negotiate. And last thing on this, before we go to the next question, like this one line has saved me probably over $1 million in my lifetime. And is that the best that you can do? So when you're asking them like how much they're going to charge you to promote your stuff, when they give you a price, be like, okay, lastly, is this the best that you can do? And if they knock a little bit off, it's free money. Again, guys, I want to remind you, everybody that's here, if you could do me a huge favor and smash that like button right now. If you guys are getting massive value and you enjoy this. Also, if you guys are here and you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. Next to it, click the notification bell. Like I'm not going to spam you or anything like that. YouTube is literally just going to give you a small push notification to your device and be like, hey, Josh is trying to give you free information that cost him years of his life he'll never get back to learn, and literally hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars in money spent to generate the business in order to learn the stuff that he's teaching you, right? So if you like money and you want to blow your business up or start a business that's successful, the best advice I can give you that's free is hit that subscribe button, click the notification bell. And by the way, guys, if you haven't gotten a copy of my brand new top-selling book, One Product Away, like, guys, I'm not a best-selling author. I don't want to be an author. That's not like something I did. I know everybody's like, I'm a best-selling author, blah, blah, blah. Like, I literally did this because it was requested. And like, I don't know if you guys can see this. Like, this thing is full pages, several hundred pages, step-by-step, like tactics, strategies, like to help you start or grow your company, right? Now, like, I'll just open up a random page and look at it. It's like I open it. Number 4, demand, right? Like constantly improve and adapt. And we're just talking about different ways, not seasonal products, not trending products. What is intellectual property and why it's important? How to identify net profit margins and what is the sweet spot? Like this is all stuff that is in here. So it's literally a step-by-step instruction manual to how to find your first or your next product. So go to www.oneproductawaybook.com and get your copy. If you don't like it, it's on me. With that being said, what was that next question? Yeah, I lost it. What type of content works best for influencers? Francisco, good question. So it depends. And I know I keep saying this because this is honestly the truth. It depends on the product, the category, and the niche. But I'll give you a few different examples. Like if it was a supplement and this was the fitness niche, I would show a lifestyle video of like a ripped influencer like doing a quick workout. So like let's just say I'm doing a tricep pull with the rope thing, right? Like I would do like 3 of these, right? And then I would grab the thing like and drink the thing and and be like, don't do a workout without your pre-workout by pre-workout, right? You know what I mean? Like whatever it is you want to show it and use. And this is kind of like a rule of thumb in chronological order. Video, picture, text. This is chronological order for effectiveness that leads to conversion. So when you look at conversion optimization, how can you be as effective and generate as much leads or money as possible? It's always going to be video, and then it's going to be pictures, and then it's going to be text, right? And what comes before video is in person. So in-person interaction, then video like we're doing, then pictures, right? And then text, right? In that chronological order for conversions. So think about your product and think about that. For instance, if it was a dog toy, I would do a video of the dog like playing with the dog toy and then show like a close-up of the dog smiling after I just gave him like 8 treats, right? That's what I would do. So showing the benefit of the product, showing the feature of the product, showing the enjoyment of the product, showing how the product can solve a problem, showing how the problem can end a pain point. These are all ways. And perfect example, like I learned this from my mentor, Russell Brunson, whose mentor was Dan Kennedy, right? Whose mentor was Zig Ziglar. So this is 3 generations. And what I learned is in each one of their generations, media was different. However, the most valuable conversion optimization lessons came from media outside of the marketing realm that you were in. So Russell became obsessed with infomercials. Well, when Dan Kennedy was huge, he became obsessed with direct mail, and he became the direct response king of marketing, right? And before him, Zig Ziglar was with public speeches. And so it's like whatever was in their time, they studied it. And I say that to say I'm going to give you a reference, like what type of content do you have influencers promote? I remember when I was younger, one of the infomercials was the Fix-A-Flat, where it's like this guy with this cheesy mustache and this toupee, like had this like magical like sauce in a can, and he's like in a boat in a lake, and he's like, your boat's sinking, you're getting ready to sink. Don't worry, Fix-A-Flat can fix leaks in a matter of seconds, water or not. And then like he's like on the road, he's like, you get a flat and you don't know where the nearest store is. Don't worry, Fix-A-Flat can hold your tire and blah blah blah. So it's like, what are those? Those are different scenarios that would introduce large amounts of stress or pain, and the solution was having this thing. They would never happen, the discomfort, the anxiety, the stress, or the pain, because I have the thing. Or if you had any of those, you would be able to resolve it because of the thing. So I'm just trying to give you different scenarios. For instance, a product that made it on Shark Tank that's on Amazon that blew up was like this little like thing that goes in between seats. How many of you guys have been driving and you dropped your phone in between the seat, that little freaking area that's like the black vortex of the world? Like, what is that? The triangle, what's that thing where the airplanes like fly in there? They're just like, poof, they're gone. Yeah, it's like the Bermuda Triangle of your car. Like you've been on the phone, like you guys know what I'm talking about. You're on the phone driving and you drop your phone and it goes in that vortex in between the seat. You're trying to get it. You can't get it. You're all over the place. You're swerving. So he created a thing that like is a little like U cushion is all it is that goes in between it. So it's like if something drops in the butt crack of the seat, it just holds like this and then you can just grab it, right? So their promotion when they did influencer marketing and they did commercials and everything was that like like on the phone and blah, 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 and then you drop it, or paying at a stand at McDonald's getting coffee or something, and you drop the coin, you're trying to get the coin, and you don't have it, or you're at a toll booth and you drop the change. So think about how you can prevent an issue, solve a problem, or remove a potential current or future pain point. And that's the best way to get optimize for conversions with your influencer marketing. And to be completely honest, spending probably about 7 million on influencers and on Facebook and Google paid ads combined across multiple different industries, not only just physical products, but consulting and physical businesses and real estate. That's the best thing, right? If you guys can grasp that, you're going to crush it. And then, this is too much game for free, man. I don't know. If you guys are actually implementing this stuff down below, say thanks, Josh, or be like, yo, I'm actually implementing this, because I feel like every time I do this, I'm recording a module for my course because it's that fire, right? So should I give it to him, man? I don't know. How many likes we got, man? There needs to be an equal amount of likes to viewers, or I'm not giving you this gym. And this gym has made me a lot of money. Oh, man. We've got like 6 people that need to smash that like button right now. So if you want this quick 3-step hack to increasing your conversion when it comes to advertising, what I need you to do is, number 1, subscribe. Number 2, click the notification bell. Number 3, smash the like button. And as soon as E gives me the go-ahead, I'll come back to those 3 steps to increasing your conversions in any type of paid or organic media. With that being said, next question. Somebody says Josh was the Don. That's funny. What's that beast behind you? Yeah, the Lambo's out front. This is my toy. It's a Polaris Razor 2021 Polaris Razor XP. It's fully custom, and I take this thing on the trail. So I like to rock climb, go through trails, go through ponds. I mean, this thing's an animal, so I absolutely love this thing. Couple more likes, man, if you guys want that gym. I see a whole lot of please tell me thanks. We need those likes and we need those subs. So all you got to do in order for me to drop that 3-step framework to increasing your conversions on paid and organic media is smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, and click the notification bell. It's like, let's see how long would it take. Like, subscribe, bell. What is that, like 8 seconds? And that's going slow? 5 seconds? 5 seconds, dude. And it took me years to learn this crap and a lot of money. 2 more? We're missing 2 more. Do it, man. Do it. That's all the questions, too? Yeah, go ahead and click it. Why is PL best model? So we'll come back and see if we're at the subscribe and the like metric after this question. Why is PL the best model? So PL, I wouldn't say is the best model. PL, I would say, is the best model in my opinion, right? There's no like factual data that states like all other are inferior and that private label is superior to all. It's just, I'm big on being a master of one, a knower of all, not a knower of all, master of none. So like before influencer and the AMZ formula and teaching and consulting and writing books, if you don't know my story, I was dead broke. My wife was an immigrant. I was introduced to manufacturing, product development, and private labeling through my mentor, and he couldn't figure out Amazon, and none of his clients could figure out Amazon because he was a manufacturer. He sold to people who then distributed for him, and they were doing wholesale, essentially. And I figured out private label, and I went from being dead broke and us struggling to a millionaire my first year. Since then, it changed my life. I've done 8 figures with the business. So I teach private label, and I don't teach the other stuff because I'm an expert at private label. I've got friends like one of them was on here, Romer's crushing it with arbitrage. Like Steve Rakin is crushing it with arbitrage. He was crushing it with like flipping books and goods from like thrift stores when I was dead broke trying to like hustle stuff to pay bills, right? My good friends like Larry Lebowski watch me Amazon and like Amazon Lit, they crush it with wholesale. So it's like I'm not knocking any of those. I just focus on private label. And my 2 cents on it is like, when I think about entrepreneurship and I think about being a successful business owner, like I genuinely think about making a lot of money doing as least as humanly possible. And one of my mentors, Myron, said this, and this like it's stuck with me and it will stick with me, and hopefully it sticks with you as well, is the quicker you become successful, the more you get to enjoy success. So I didn't want to become successful and have this successful business and not be able to enjoy success because I'm working in my business. And a lot of the other models are hard to sustain and scale, and they require like physical employees or physical overhead. And for me, I've been able to master the strategy of launching these products with all virtual like employees, limited overhead, literally working during my spare time, no joke, whenever I feel like it. And that's why I teach this, because I'm passionate about it, changed my life, and it's what I believe in, right? So that's like my whole 2 cents on it.
We're at the like count.
All right, so we're at the like count. He said, did you guys finally, it took you guys forever, but you guys are there. I forgot it, man. Maybe I'll remember next time. No, I'm just kidding. That'd be messed up. Like, God dang it. So the 3-step framework to increasing your conversions on paid or organic media. What is organic media? When you get views or visibility without paying for it. Paid is obviously PPC or pay-per-click, where you're paying for visibility, right? So the 3 steps is number 1, hook, number 2, story, number 3, offer. So like so many people see me speaking, they're like, man, you're such a good speaker. Go scroll all the way down to the bottom of YouTube and watch some of my first videos. They will make you cringe. I am so boring and like awkward to watch and dry. It's freaking ridiculous. If you want to laugh hard at me, do that because it's funny. Anyway, hook, story, offer. When you're creating content, you want to have influencers create content. You want to write copy for your listing. You want to write an email or a text. You want to write any type of persuasive literature that's going to lead to a conversion or some type of result that you want. Hook, story, offer. What is a hook? Something quick, straight to the point, that punches them, hits them very hard, that gets their interest immediately. For instance, let's just say we're talking about a weight loss niche, right? Or a fitness niche. And let's just say my product is like a fat blaster or fat burner, right? It's a supplement. My hook would look something like this. Lose 7 pounds in 7 days without doing anything or changing your diet. That is a hook. If you want to lose weight and you are lazy and want to lose weight being lazy, and that's me, I don't care how much you weigh. I'm like, I asked my trainer this exact thing. How do I lose more weight without doing cardio? Why? Because I want the desirable outcome with the least amount of resistance. That is human nature. And if you say otherwise, you are lying to yourself. How do I get the highest desirable outcome with the least level of resistance? That's what everybody wants. So how do you portray that selfishness in your marketing? Lose 7 pounds of fat in 7 days. Lose 7 pounds of fat in 7 days without working out or changing your diet. How many of you guys would like, can you maybe slide that in my email box or maybe like text me what that hack is? That's a hook. What is a story? Nancy Joe in 7 minutes, in 7 days doing this one strategy, 7 minutes a day, not going to the gym, not using any tools, not using any type of weight gym equipment, and not changing her equipment or not changing her diet and still eating ice cream, was able to go from 155 pounds to 148 pounds. This is how. So a story about where they were and where they will be, or what the thing is and how the thing solves a problem, or what the solution is to the problem that the people have, and then the offer. To learn more, click the link below. To learn more, watch my free thing. To learn more, add to your cart. To learn more, once you purchase, check your inbox. The offer is a CTA or call to action. So that's a 3-step framework to increasing your conversion on anything, right? So it's hook, story, offer. Thanks. I got so much value, and I'm a member of the AMZ Formula. I asked the question because I wanted to refresh my knowledge, and for the other audience is good here. Awesome. Super awesome. Oh, yeah. So if you're a member of the AMZ Formula, I also give you my influencer Rolodex. what program logically do you know? Like, you've taken courses before. I give them my copy paste, like step-by-step copy as to what I use to reach out to influencers, right? So you just copy paste it, send it to an influencer. I then give you my influencer Rolodex of 100,000 plus influencers. And I say they're organized chronologically or alphabetically by niche. So if you want to go to fitness or you have a supplement or you have a yoga mat, you go in alphabetical order to F. You look at all the fitness influencers that my team personally vetted to meet my criteria. You then use my script to reach out to them. They promote your product. You make free money. Like, is that, man, it's massive value, right? I almost forgot about that, right? Because it's like, there's so much value inside there. We're always like, I have a bet with myself, like a battle with myself internally to always try to outvalue what we already have or offer more value to our members. So it's like, I'm always adding so much cool stuff for the members. Like, I literally forgot about that until you said something. Which toy is your favorite toy? Honestly, man, I don't have a lot of stuff like toy vehicle stuff. Like, I have this and I have the Lamborghini. They're completely different. Like, on the road, I would definitely say the Lamborghini, but like I love off-road stuff. Like, I plan on having a boat one day. I love boats. I love planes. I plan on having a private jet one day. And this thing, I love this thing. I used to ride four-wheelers and dirt bikes. I'm a little bit older now, and this thing is a little bit more risk diverse in reference to crashing. But this thing, like, I've gotten this thing in water, like up to here. It's sitting on 35s. Like, this thing is awesome. It's got navigation, four-wheel drive. Like, it can go over anything, through anything. 200 horsepower, turbocharged. I love this thing. Have you made more money selling courses or selling products on Amazon? So I've sold on Amazon from 2015 to 2019 was a majority of my time selling on Amazon. I still have few of my top performing SKUs. I generated $11.1 million, right? In consulting and in online education, I've been doing it from 2018 to now. So it's almost about the equal amount of time. So they both generate a good amount of money, right? And it's about understanding your seasons, right? Like, for some of you guys, you may start your online business, generate X amount of money, and then your season may end. Like, I think there's this unrational decision making that we have, or misunderstanding that we have in the economy or in the world, that, like, we're programmed that you go to school, you get out of the miseducation, misguidance, misdirection, educational camps that my mentor calls them, right? And then you're tricked into believing you have to do the same thing until you retire, which is absolutely ridiculous. So you go to school to learn stuff that has nothing to do with the job that you're going to get, right? Then you go to college to learn from someone about the job you want to get from someone that's never had that job or owned a business. And then you do that same thing for 30 years, and then you retire off of 30% that you were making where you weren't making enough in the first place. I think that's preposterous, right? I believe in milestones, right? So I struggled with, a fear, and I think a lot of people in the industry, because I know a lot of them struggled with the fear as well, as like, if I stop doing this thing, am I going to have the same credibility? Here's the thing. Every single coach that coaches a professional athlete team is not a professional athlete. They were at one time, or they've coached for many years. So the way I look at it is, I made my first $1 million with Amazon. I've been in the industry for several years, and like, my season in that, personally doing that to create wealth, is over with. Like, I'm not passionate about selling random crap anymore because I don't need money. It's not fulfilling to me. For those of you guys that know my story, you know more about that. What's fulfilling to me is still being able to make a lot of money and help people create businesses that can change their life, right? So it's like, a lot of people ask that question, and I think that's like the wrong question to ask, because it all boils down to the stages of wealth. And on the YouTube channel, like, I kid you not, like, one of the best videos that we've done. What was the name of that video? Like, the 3 stages of wealth? The name of the video, I urge all of you guys to go watch this video. It's called The 3 Stages of Wealth. And this took me literally 7 years as an entrepreneur and being a millionaire since 2015 to understand. Is there's 3 stages of wealth. and I'm not going to draw it out because I'm telling you to go watch the video that's like 10 minutes that breaks this down. But you have wealth creation. Wealth creation is the driving mechanism, the catalyst that's going to create you money, that's going to take you from where you are to like kind of where you want to be in reference to generating revenue, generating income. That's wealth accumulation. That is a stage of wealth. After wealth accumulation, you then have, wealth creation. I'm sorry, I jumped one. Wealth creation is the first stage. Wealth accumulation is the second stage. So stage one is wealth creation, where you're finding that thing to generate your wealth. Stage two is wealth accumulation, where you're finding a way to scale that thing and grow that thing. So for me, my wealth creation was finding a mentor, him doing this thing, him teaching me this thing, me going out and doing all the research for a year straight to learn the thing, try the thing, keep failing until I mastered the thing, and then started generating revenue. First year, I generated $1 million, right? That was wealth creation. I now had some wealth created. Next following years, next 2 following years, back to back, we went into wealth accumulation. What did I do in my stage of wealth accumulation? I poured gasoline, literally rocket fuel on my business by doing more of what worked, right? So spending more on ads, getting better at influencer marketing, getting better at joint ventures, right? Getting better at SEO, getting better at PPC, getting better at finding products to vertically integrate. I did that. I went from 2 million to 3.5 to 5 million, and I kept growing year after year. That is the wealth accumulation. What I did is very simple. I took my money from Amazon. I put all of it into Amazon. I took my money. I'm tired, man. I took my money from Amazon. I put my money into real estate. I took the proceeds from real estate. It paid for my living. And then like anything that was left over went into personal development. So books, courses, programs, mentorships. I've paid Grant Cardone stupid amounts of money. Like I literally try to find the best people in the world. I'm friends with Billie Jean. Like I'm friends with like the top people in the industry. How did I get acquaintances with them? How do I know them on a first name basis? Because I paid them. There's only a few ways that you can get an acquaintance with somebody, that you can get in proximity with someone, is through coincidence, through circumstance, or through you actually paying to be in their actual, their realm, right? So I understood that at a very young age in my business and in being successful, that the cheat code to success is to not try to do it yourself and fail and lose time and money. It's to find out who rocks at that thing that you believe in, who you like and you vibe with, and like finding the way. The only thing is finding a way to pay them and them telling you what to do. That was my cheat code. Like, and I will tell you to this day, I wanted to learn how to public speak. I found one of the best people in the world and I paid them a stupendous amount of money to teach me how to speak. I wanted to learn how to sell. What did I do? I bought books. I paid for coaches. I paid for mentorship, right? I love marketing. To this day, I'm in 3 masterminds that are $55,000 a year. I'm in Russell Brunson's inner circle. It's $55,000 a year. I know a majority of the stuff. I've been doing this for 7 freaking years. I've earned all of the prizes that he has, the awards that he has, $1 million in a day, $1 million in a funnel, $10 million. Why do I go? Because I can meet one acquaintance that can share with me one thing that I don't know, or I can learn one thing that I didn't know that can exponentially increase my business or my net worth. So that was wealth creation, wealth accumulation. And the last phase, which is the third pillar to wealth, or the third stage to wealth, which I now feel that I'm in currently. And I know this is an elongated answer to that question, but wealth preservation is where you've accumulated enough net worth or money or liquidity or assets in your life to where if you can appropriately invest them off of your residual and passive income, you'll never have to work another day in your life. That is where I am right now. So it comes into a time, true happiness and fulfillment. And it's so funny because if you look at the people who are super successful, like this is all they care about. True success to people who you think are successful because they have stupid stuff like this comes from a combination of health, wealth, and happiness all being equally distributed, not from wealth. When I was in wealth creation and wealth accumulation, see, you have to be selfish in order to be selfless, which means before you can be selfless and you can work on all this other stuff like relationships and all this other stuff, you have to be selfish and you have to make it, right? You have to create something and stack some dough. When I was in wealth creation and wealth accumulation, I neglected my health. I was overweight. I had high blood pressure. I was not happy. I was not sleeping. I didn't have the best relationship with my kids and my wife because I had focused on one thing. If you have not read the book, The One Thing by Gary Keller, read that. And that level of focus and sacrifice is necessary for anything great. But it is not mandatory for eternity or perpetuity, right? So once you get past wealth creation and accumulation, then you go into wealth preservation, which is where you invest everything wisely and you focus on the missing components. For me, for those of you who follow me, you see for the last year and a half, I've been big on fitness. I go to the gym 6 days a week. I have a personal trainer. I have a personal chef that makes meals for me to my specific macros and my body's needs. I take supplements every single day. I go to the doctor once per month. I monitor my vitals every single day. I am not playing any games with this, right? I just did a remodel in my bathroom. I spent $70,000 for my bathroom. I put oxygen enrichers and I put chronotherapy and I put essential oil system, irrigate like oxygen systems in there. Everything. I have like speakers in the ceiling and everything that caters to what I need to be in the environment to work on my best mental state and physical health state. Why? Because I don't need to focus about more money, right? I don't have to focus about more money. I have to focus on more health and happiness. So watch that video and it goes into great depth. And it's the 3 stages of the wealth. It's here on the channel. Influencer platform, Social Blade. Have any of your Alibaba suppliers started selling on AMZ after they saw your product succeed? Not really. Like, they're not going to hit you up like, bro, that product that you launched that you kept ordering, bro, I launched it too, and that thing is slapping. Like, they're not going to do that. Like, you know what I mean? Do Chinese sellers sell on Amazon and drop ship? And like, is there some unethical stuff like them stealing your designs and reselling it? Yeah. But you have to be competent and know for ways to combat that. One quick way, again, guys, inside of the AMZ Formula, inside of my inner circle, my max, any of my programs that you're in, you get access to my Rolodex of resources. One of those Rolodex of resources that you get is all of my templates that my lawyer created that I paid her thousands of dollars to create, where you simply change your freaking company's name and you give this to your supplier. And this is a non-compete. This is an NDA or a non-disclosure agreement. This is a cease and desist. These are all of the legal documentation that you need and paperwork that you need that cost you hundreds and even thousands of dollars to generate, that are going to protect your intellectual property, that are going to protect you giving designs to these suppliers and you giving them intellectual product. You have to protect yourself because there are people who are unethical out there. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Like, they exist. You know what I mean? What made you decide to get a mentor? So my first mentor, I got lucky and was free. And it's like, there's an old Chinese proverb that says, when the student is ready, the master will appear, right? I was so focused, so ready to do anything, so hungry on becoming successful and offering a better life for my family and like getting my wife out of like unpleasant working environments for low pay and like being able to take care of my children and like have them have nice stuff and like be able to take them out to eat and afford like for them to get whatever they want. And like, I was so like focused on this success because nobody in my family was successful. We were poor. My wife was an immigrant. I was a felon at the age of 18, no high school diploma. I had nothing. Like, we were poor. And I was so hungry. I had came up with the realization, and you guys hear my mindset, my motivation and stuff. I didn't say this, but I believed this, that it has to work or it has to work. And I am like 50 Cent says, get rich or die trying. Like, I swear to you, I was like, dude, I am going to die broke, sad, depressed, and humiliated before I die not knowing what could have been possible. And it was like the worst thing I realized, because I started failing so many different times, like, the worst thing that can happen is you lose your money and you start back, or you make a mistake and you start back. And it's like, when you think about life in itself, you make mistakes and you lose over and over and over again. It's a part of life and we accept it. But when it comes to business, which is the thing that should be a part of our life and the thing that can change our life, which is ultimately a part of our life, we don't allow it, and we have zero tolerance. We give up quickly. We don't persevere. We have zero tolerance for resistance. Yet, you want to learn a sport, how bad did you suck for how long until you got good? You want to learn a language, how bad did you not be able to know what was going on until you learned it? Like, you wanted to get strong. How long did you go to the gym and rep until failure and deal with pain and soreness and fatigue and not wanting to go and all of this discomfort until you got how you wanted to look or hit your personal goals? Like, we will deal with these in every area of our life except when it comes to business. So like I prioritized it. And I was trying things on my own. I tried to trade. I tried all this other stuff, and I was losing my money. And then I met my wife through a mutual friend. I would go visit her, and I was intrigued. I did not know what entrepreneurship was. I didn't know what business ownership was. I thought that business owners were like Sam Walton and like the guy who owns like McDonald's. I didn't think that you could own your own business that actually exists. Like when you think of a business owner, you think of like some brick and mortar store where the guy's like bleeding money, not making any money. I didn't think that entrepreneurship was real. I didn't know what it was. And when I seen like my mentor just sitting like on his desk, like this older gentleman, and he wasn't filthy rich or nothing, but he would just be sitting on his desk like this, chilling, taking phone calls, working on his thing, and just like working on his own time, have his own freedom, take lunch whenever he wants. And it's like I was drilling, working for people my entire life, not getting ahead, not being able to use like creatively what's inside. Like I would just start asking questions. And a big piece of advice I can give you is if you have the opportunity to get in close proximity to a mentor or someone who is in a position that you would like to be in, and you ask questions and they answer your questions, implement what they are telling you as fast as humanly possible. Because if you do not, they will cut you off and they will not share with you a fraction of what they could that could expedite your success in changing your life. I never paid my mentor, and I feel that I became so successful so fast because I worked so fast. When my mentor told me something, I would take notes. When my mentor told me something, I would leave the room, I would implement it, I would come back. When my mentor told me something, I would do it that night, stay up all night, fall asleep in his office. He'd come there the first time in the morning, and I'm there sleeping on my computer or sleeping on my elbow because I did the thing until it worked. And when they see that you go all in, they're willing to go all in on you. You have to understand, successful people are successful, and it will not improve the quality of their life by teaching you or telling you anything. And that's just the way it is. Like if you guys, all of you guys right now went and bought one of my programs or invested in mentorship or went and invested on us building a store for you, it will not change the quality of my life, my family's life. It won't change the way I feel. It won't do anything, right? But it can change the quality of your life. But information changes situations through implementation. And I understood that. And when I made money, it just hit me like a ton of bricks. Like, holy crap. Like, I came here, I was hungry. And I was talking to my wife, like, yo, why would he just like keep giving me all this game and keep telling me all this stuff and like spend time with me when he's got children and everybody else? And he's like spending all my time with me. He's like, because you were hungry and you did everything that he told you to. So it's like if you have a mentor, and even if you don't have a physical mentor and you're in a program or you join a mentorship or you're watching free stuff like this, take the information and execute on it, right? Information changes situations through implementation, not imagination, not realization, not the law of attraction, not through religion. And I have nothing to do against religion. I'm religious myself. I was born religious. I'm a Christian myself. And even the Bible states faith without works is dead, meaning without works, nothing is made possible. That's why it says in the Bible, God gave his only begotten son to come here on the earth and give his life, lay his life. That way each and every one of us could go to heaven to be with him. Why? Because it could not, even though he's God, he could have just snapped his fingers and made it happen. Faith without works is dead. Something had to be done physically in order for it to happen, right? In order for us to reap that benefit. So if you want to reap the benefit of a successful business, it is more than just buying a program. It's more than just showing up to one class and watching one video and taking one page of notes. It's doing the thing relentlessly until it happens and ignoring the distractions of the world and focusing on three things, which is being patient, which is being persistent and which is being resilient. Being patient is knowing the thing is going to happen, but not knowing when it's going to happen. Persistent is doing the thing every single day, even though you're not getting results, and not knowing when you will get results. And resilience is doing the thing, not knowing when it's going to get you results, every single day when you're not getting results, not knowing when you're going to get results, losing money, feeling uncomfortable, making mistakes, and then getting up and doing the same thing the next day. Those are the three components. I have this saying, it's called make success simple. I have so much deep logic and frameworks and thoughts and like psychology and like all this stuff that I could teach you guys that makes me sound smart. But it's like, dude, patience, persistence, resilience is the three pillars to success. I wore that on my wristband. All of my clients know it. In the AMZ Formula, I have a whole video on it. And by the way, those of you who are part of Max or Inner Circle, I just recorded a course that I'll never sell that you guys get for free called Mindset Mastery, where I really go deep into these, because I genuinely believe with every ounce of being inside of me that you have to become successful up here before you can come successful here. And that's why every program that I have, regardless of what it is, if it's coaching, mentorship, or a physical course, the first foundation, the first videos starts with the framework of your mindset. Because if your mindset's broke, your business will be broken. And how you do anything is how you do everything. And if you start a business with internal disbelief that you're hiding, that this thing is too good to be true, it's not going to work, you're not smart enough, your family doesn't believe in it, they're probably right, but I'm going to prove them wrong. If how you start is how you will finish. So start right. Cool. An hour, Mark. I thought this was 30 minutes with a millionaire, man. Did they pay for the extra 30 minutes? No money hit? This is free? I'm just messing with you guys. We'll bang out these last two questions. Guys, is it okay if we over-deliver here for free on the channel to help you guys increase your income, your impact, and your influence? Down below in the chat, let me know. And again, guys, all we ask is that you subscribe to the channel, like the videos, share this on social media, guys. Share this with one person who would get value out of these videos, right? I only teach on this channel what I've learned, and there's only two ways to learn. It's through trial and error, which is you spending a lot of money, you wasting a lot of time, or it's through paying for someone to tell you exactly what to do. I've done both. I've paid millions of dollars, literally invested millions of dollars through trial and error, through investments, through mentorships, through coaching, through guidance, through programs, and I've wasted years of trial and error learning this stuff. And everything I teach here on the channel, everything we talk about is proven. It is fact. It's not fiction, right? What is the difference between, or what was the, what is the difference between private label and white label? So private label is you private labeling a product that you're developing. White label is you're selling a product that's already developed with your label on it. And what was the other one? A Neo discount. Do we get the Neo discount for the course? Laugh out loud. I don't know, Blazin. I don't know what the Neo discount is, but I'll tell you what, it sounds like you're serious. Like if you're serious about joining the family, DM me on Instagram right now at official Joshua Crisp, just my name and official in front of it, and just tell me like what it is like you're looking forward to, like what program you want to join, or what the Neo discount is. Neo's my best friend. He's a good brother. So if you know something I don't know, or you know something I did in the past, I may honor it. Just off the strength of Neo. But with that being said, guys, I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. God bless you guys. Thank you for showing up. Remember, you guys are only one product away, and you guys can be successful as you will allow yourself to be. The pen, the pencil is in your hand. It's in no one else's. Your current situation will not be your final destination unless you accept it. So put the work in. Don't give up. Remember the three pillars of success: patience, persistence, resilience. Put the work in. Execute, don't choose excuses, and remember, your obsessions become your possessions. I'll see you guys next Friday. Have post notifications on. Make sure you guys subscribe. Make sure you guys check out the other videos. Remember, your homework is to go and watch the 3 stages or 3 pillars to wealth. It's here somewhere on the channel. Go watch that. It's going to give you guys a lot of clarity on how to become a millionaire, multimillionaire, decamillionaire, and change your life. I wish somebody would have given me this 10 years ago, right? I would be significantly more wealthier than I am today. Peace out. Talk to you guys soon.